Welcome to Verbal Pick Radio, where we give you a verbal image of life, and we are everyday people. I'd like to welcome you all to the show. Check us out on Instagram, Verbal Pick Radio, YouTube, Verbal Pick Radio, Facebook, Verbal Pick Radio. Pass it along to your friends. Let's share. We building. This is my way of giving back to society, where we break down topics and issues of the day and give our general take on it. And the ultimate goal is to have fun with knowledge. Now, speaking of let's set the mind. We dealing with mindsets. And some are destructive mindsets, but it's destructive to the person who holds that mindset because it will lead them absolutely nowhere. Let's go. Okay, now you had a journalist, news anchor woman on Fox, speaking on Christina Amanpour, CNN. She made the statement that she would discredit Trump's presidency, especially his views or what he said in the past on females. And the lady from Fox, she stated that you have your truths, I have my truth. Now, what they're saying is, you perceive it one way, I perceive it another way. And that's okay, because if you perceive it to be true, then it is true. And that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. It does not work that way. Truth is based on facts, on what you can uncover or discover. Truth is not based on I'm looking at an object, but in my mind I want to perceive it to be a different shape, so therefore it is. That means that you haven't grown into a level of knowledge. That means that you're still crawling. So if you're still crawling, and this thing, okay, let's put it like this. If you're still crawling, and there's knowledge that's out there that you have to ignore because it may expose you, then you can't say, well, the best way to deal with this is to let's make it other than itself, and then let's make the false version let's make the false version what we put forth to reality, and let them build off that. But that's only can last for a short amount of time. If you're not taking into account the foundation of where you extracted your truth from, and you don't want to include that because you say, well, if I include the whole truth and nothing but the truth, then it will expose me. So I can't let the whole truth out, because then I couldn't put the false narrative that I built America. And we're talking about white supremacy. See, it's like a young black mind going into the library and finding out, hey, Benjamin Banneker, a black man, laid out designs for the White House, and a black slave mind built it out of their mind in architecture without blueprints from the white slave masters. And he said, wait, you mean to tell me that the big governor's houses and big plantation mansions that were erected in the South came out of the mind of black slaves. So how could that be? Because the narrative that was put in the public eye is that blacks had no knowledge of building or creating to the social fabric of America. Wait, you saying that blacks created the stoplight? And he's digging a little further, and he's finding out, wait, it was black Egyptians that built the pyramids. Because the European was still in Europe. Wait, something. Then they gonna want to know, well, what's the purpose, or what was the purpose of me being lied to? And how hard do they have to strain to keep up the lie? So when you have the alt-right, which stands for the alternative right, the right, goes to Texas A&M and give a speech, people should listen. Because if you listen, you'll understand your position. Or you'll understand his position and your position, because you can challenge it now. Because you can say, hey, whoa, wait a minute. Repeat that. You did what? Well, what happened to the Native Americans? You discovered who? Well, what about the people that was already that was already here? You built what? Wait, you saying that the slave labor and the mindset didn't build this? I got the evidence and facts right here that they did. What are you saying? What do you want? That's what we getting down to with the white nationalists and the alt-right and whatever racial group that they say white supremacy or whatnot. The world wants to know, what are you getting at as far as dealing with America? We can say Europe, okay, Germany, Russia, whatever. You come from Germany, Russia, the Dutch, England, wherever, Switzerland, Slovenia, whatever. Okay, Gentile lands or whatever. Okay, fine. Let's say that. Okay, now you can speak up on that part. But when you come to another land where they already had a government and it's in the proof, and you really, what happens is that you will say, the Indians were savage. Then on the other hand, you'll tell a story how the Indians showed you how to grow corn. Wait, a savage can't garden, because you have to have knowledge of seasons, knowledge on how to grow, what to cut back, So they wasn't savage. They were communicating. They were building. They were in peace. And they had the art of, when they had to go to battle, they knew how to battle. Knew how to tame horses. Had to teach you how to tame horses to ride. So where does savagery come from? It's like a contradiction. On one hand, this man is a savage and he has to be brought into the Christian ways. Well, wait. All the murdering and killing that was done in the name of religion, you saying that's not savage. So I guess basically what we're saying is, let the alt-right movement speak, because he made statements that they have to preserve the European race. And someone in that audience should have said, what do you mean? Why do you have to preserve the European race? What happened to the European race? Why it needs preserving? What's going on with the European race? And how do you plan on preserving the European race? And who's standing in direct way of the European race from being preserved? People want to know Where you coming from? Explain yourself. How did the European race get in a position to where it even needs to be preserved? You know, let them talk. Let them keep talking and building so people can understand where they're coming from. Or what are you saying? He said that Texas is a great place to live, and a lot of white bones are buried in the grave to make it so. How? What are you saying? What did they do to make Texas a great place to live? Because the slaves built the country, and the Native Americans with Osceola, I believe it. I gotta get that name correct. But bring the arrows to the back of the dollar bill. The one who said, "Look, you take one stick, it's easy to break. You put all these sticks together, can you break it?" And he showed them, and they form a portion of the government from the Native Americans, but yet they savage. Or people are saying, "What's the problem? What's the problem? You upset with every race on the planet, or every race other than white is getting in the way of preserving the European race, when everybody else is just breathing and living and enjoying life. They don't see another race as being a threat to them. They don't say, we gotta preserve the Asian race. China not saying we gotta preserve the Asian race in China. Growing, living, having fun. Nobody feels this sense of, I'm backed in the corner and my America is being taken from me. Black people don't feel as though America is being taken from them. I haven't heard the Native Americans, the only one who actually had the country taken from them. Now, they have a legitimate gripe. But we're still trying to understand, and maybe in the future times they will explain how and why they feel as though the European race needs to be preserved and what happened to it. Burrow Pick Radio, we out.